request from someone I know about setting up Sia and Tingle. So I'll go ahead play them and do a short little mini guide here. Alright, so combo with Sia, she's got really poor damage output. I'll show her optimal combo. But I need to get special first. Alright, now keep in mind this right here can be blocked. I guess he wanted to armor through it like a dick. No! For fuck's sake, go to C3. Alright. Her combo might be slightly shorter on Dinalphos. I'll have to double check and see. Alright, Zelda, find the Sanctuary already so the cutscene will play out and I don't get my combo interrupted. The one thing I hate about this is this cutscene. I've grown to despise this cutscene because this is where I test a lot of things out. This one Dinalphos in particular is rather annoying because he's designed. Sorry, I'm gonna have to restart this. This one Dinalphos is programmed to stalk you, quite literally. No, I don't want to level up. Anyways, that was a colossal failure. Alright, let's retry. There's so much setup. Alright. Anyways, before I continue, for C2, the second wave, can technically work, but because Sia doesn't have a second jump, or a second launcher, not a second jump, because she doesn't have a second launcher, she doesn't have a good juggle game, and so her launcher can be quite easily blocked or armored through, and the second one doesn't provide much lift. So what you have to do is you have to use her C5 to kind of function as your second launcher, and the way it works is in the direction you're facing, they will get launched in the opposite direction, and this works every time, and you can use this as like a quote-unquote second launcher of sorts, and you can follow up and end it with like a C3 special. It's like C3 2 special. So I guess we'll try it up over here. But yeah, Sia's combo game, you could technically do C2 times 2 into C5, C3, 2 special, but as you saw earlier, that's not consistent. Nope. I'm just doing this for special. Alright, Chief, come on. Although it's not 100% consistent, unfortunately. And you can see right here that her launcher just sucks absolute ass. And thanks, game. Alright. So, yeah, she decided to go do with her C, or her R3. I hate the timing with her autos because they're so short. Anyways. Oh, that was auto failure. Nope. Oh, I can't do my combo now. Because he died. And then you can just kind of wrap this up with a special at the end here. My C3 did connect, but this is the general gist of it. You can see her combo game is just absolutely atrocious. Because she doesn't have a true second launcher. So what you could do is try something else. That combo works best on the slowest recovering officers in the game. So, i.e. Pose, for example. But, as you can see there against Dino Foes, it's not consistent because her C5 takes a moment to activate. It's more consistent as a move that works on character officers. And I'll showcase why here in just a second. But due to that downtime, it's horrible as a second launcher, but it's really her only it's only her only option. No, I don't want him. You can see right here it gets blocked. See how irritating this is? Her combo game is one of the worst in the game. Jesus Christ, wow. I'm having more difficulty getting my launcher and then Tetra. And I'm forced to go to this cutscene again. As you can see, like, it's not even consistent. You could try to use her C3 as a combo starter, but it launches the target away quite a good distance. It's not like Ganondorf's C1, where you can act out of it at just about any point, and that happens too. So as you can see, Sia has a fantastic deal of difficulty. No, I don't want C1s. Activate my R1 and not C1. Well, okay. Well, this is an absolute failure. But you got a general gist on the Poe. Sia's combo game is absolutely atrocious on so many levels. Now against character officers, she has a much better time. I can showcase right here why. But yeah, the general combo gist is C2 into C5 into C3 2, which is the first two hits of C3 into special, but again, that's pushing it. And then as you saw right there, her C3 can be blocked on startup. So, and it launches too far away to actually reliably follow up with. I mean, unless you dodge cancel it, but even then, it's just not consistent. Anyways. Now, against character officers, Sia has a much better time than normal officers. So what you'll do... So, I'll use this on Link here. Oh, never mind. You don't need her launcher, thankfully, to break weak point gauge on character officers, or most officers for that matter, which is really nice. And then if you do this, you can use C3-1. Sometimes C3-2 will work. And then we'll do this. Special, please, rather than magic. I'll showcase this again. Well, if Link's not committing to a super armor attack. See, it breaks the guards. And you can do this. And it's darkness enhanced too. This is why I hate Sia's autos. Nope. See, it guard breaks and then forces them into a stun, and then you can do this. Or if you want, like I said, sometimes C3-2 will connect, and you can just end it with that if you don't have special. But, also, you can do C3 a lot more reliably on character officers. You can hit up to twice before they have to air recover. But, yeah. She fares a lot better against character officers than normal officers. Her lack of a second launching isn't as prevalent. So, but yeah, she's more suited for character officer fighting than normal officers. The way her C5 works is when it hits a grounded opponent, it'll guard break, and then the character officer will get stunned on the ground there, and you can just immediately do C3 while they're being launched away. Anyways, that's her general combo game. As for her multiple officer game, I do not recommend using Dark Links. The reason I say that is because Dark Links disappear on a hit. While they can do this, and it's nice and all, it's not like Lana's Spear, where the Deku tree or the Deku Sprouts are more useful with the her C6, for example, because they don't disappear on hit. So any stray hit will get rid of your Dark Links. While they can do this as well, again, it's not really that reliable. So, due to all that, I would strongly suggest committing to C5, C3, and even C2. Now, this isn't normal, and this is also on Hylian captains, who are among the slowest recovering officers alongside Goron captains. So, yeah, don't expect anything like that to happen. Just commit to C2 due to the wide circular hitbox, and then just kind of go back to resetting your projectile game. Do not use her C6 due to the startup. It's not reliable. I mean, I could have dodge canceled that, but you can see it leaves Cia quite open, and the startup is very, very lengthy. So your best tools are C5, C2. First, nope, not C4, C3. And again, this is why I hate her autos. So yeah. As for wave clears, crowd clearing, you know, C2 is quite ubiquitous for what it does. C3 is not very big at all. But if they're densely packed, like in that little area, then it can work. And you can see C5 just reliably leads into C3 all the time, which is a very good combo right there. As for giant bosses, I mean, you've got two methods. You've got C4 spam, C6, both work. It's quite simple, just like Wizro. That's really about it for Cia, in all honesty. For C1, I don't really use a whole lot, because while it does provide armor, and it does give you that darkness gauge, that's really it. Having characters already have natural super armor as part of their badges anyways, so this doesn't really do anything. And besides, you want to avoid getting hit rather than getting armor. And then the other request was Tingle. So with Tingle, his general combo is C2-1, C4-3, C5. You can't special cancel this one, unfortunately, because Tingle is in the air. So, but the good thing is that his damage is already tremendous enough to begin with, so you don't have to really worry about that. Now, in order to get his C4-3 to work, you previously in the other games, you could just do it in a direct line, but in this one, I think due to the higher frame rate, you kind of have to angle it a little bit, but it still works. So let's see if we can give it a shot. No, I don't want to commit to C3 like that. Okay. What the hell was that? That's Tingle's combo game. Now, you can also drag them up with you, or excuse me, drag them around rather than them being in a standing position, unable to block C4-3. You should be able to drag them around as well with you while they're in the air, so that way the combo is also guaranteed that way. There's two ways it can work. Not do that again. Let's get him on even ground rather than an incline, so that way the combo doesn't get messed up. See, like that will happen. See, that's the other way to do it. In mid-combo. And it does work on Dinalphos. This combo does like 20,000 damage, if memory serves. It's a little bit over it. Okay. I've got this combo shown properly in my Tingle No Damage video. He didn't get launched by the bomb, but that's whatever. And I'll just showcase this right here. This is Tingle's character officer combo, which is C2-1 into C5. I know a good map to test this out and show it to you. Ow. So Link will start here, beginning of this level. It just takes him a moment to spawn in. And then when he does spawn in, you can just restart the battle. And he'll be at the start. Now, there's a couple of variations to Tingle's juggle. The rupees that he throws out are random. It's one of three things. He can throw out normal bombs, which will just relaunch the opponent, or they'll block it, and then they'll still eat the full damage. There is the rupee variation that he threw right there. And then there's one where he'll throw the rupees, and they'll embed themselves in the ground, and then explode, and do a lot more damage. And you can see there that Link, even though he blocked it, he ate the full damage. And got KO'd as a result. Now you have two ways to break weak point. You can do C2-1, dodge cancel. Oh, he's on an incline. I'll have to restart that. He was on an incline, allowing him to air recover a little more quickly. That. Dodge cancel C2-1 after the first hit, and hit him with R2. This is generally like normalized across the cast. You can do this. C4-1 hits twice, but it's strong enough to break it almost in one hit. The second hit is what breaks it. C4-1 should only be used when you know enemy patterns. And then if you hit with R3 and go into C4, then the first hit of C4-1 will break it. As you saw right there. Now for multiple officers, which I'll showcase right here. Multiple officers, your best bet is C5. Just space it. Oh, and that's Tingle's strongest variant of the C5, by the way. And C5 is also the main cornerstone of Tingle's game plan. But you also have another tool aside from C5. And keep in mind, C5 you need to space because you're still vulnerable in the air. So watch out for that. This is your other tool I'm about to show right here. Tingle C3 has actual legit use. And if you want to, for added safety, commit to C3 too only, and then you can do this instead of being, instead of creating a tingle-sized crater in the ground. If you just commit to C3 too, do this. You can end with this. Or you can do this. Now, one thing I should mention, never use Tingle C1, please. Because while it does this and allows you to commit to air attacks like this and punish something, the problem is it completely replaces your dodges outright, outside of blocking. It completely replaces your normal dodge full. So you can't use Tingle's very good forward dodge anymore. You can do side hops still, and back hops, but anytime you commit to C1, or not C1, excuse me, normal dodge, then that'll happen. I'm not sure what happened in that second juggle while he recovered more quickly than normal, but yeah, that's Tingle's general game plan. And don't try to do it like this. Doesn't really get you anything. You can also do this if you want, but the problem is that the move no longer auto-links like it did in Hyrule Warriors for Wii U, because the lower frame rate. So this higher frame rate actually hurts Tingle's C3 too. Oh, and for crowd clearing, if you'd like to, you can commit to C4 if you want. You can angle it. It's pretty decent. You don't have to always commit to C5 for crowds. Hitboxes are a lot bigger than you realize until you really try it out. And then you can dodge cancel this as soon as the glint appears in Tingle's eyes. And of course, C5 is also one of the largest crowd players in the entire game. And I'm just going to show this right here. Okay, I'm mashing X for special the entire time. I can't do special until Tingle is not roasting anymore. So keep that in mind. Tingle does not have a special cancel C5. Unlike other characters. That's because he's in the air, but even when he lands, he still can't special cancel. And there are only two bosses that Tingle can even really do anything to, or excuse me, two giant bosses Tingle can really attempt to one cycle. Manhandle and the Helmrock King, and it's still a little bit dependent on what you need to do. So If you get any variation of Tingle's Rupee Toss, it'll even give you the potential to one cycle Manhandla or the Helm Rock. But if you have just the normal bombs, then you might not be able to one cycle them due to the downtime Tingle suffers when committing to C5. If you get any, then I think that was the second variation. That was almost one cycle, but it's not consistent. You get the one where the rupees embed themselves in the ground as a guaranteed one cycle. That works too. Start about right here. Well, it's not what I was aiming for, but whatever. I just decided to commit to it. You want to space C5 so all the bombs connect, so that way you'll be able to pull this off. But yeah, space C5 and C4 will work. Should work on the Helm Rock King too. For other giant bosses aside from these two, you will need a special. So pointed out to me that they're getting severe Kamen Rider vibes from Tingle. That's the one cycle I was referring to. That also works on the handler. Trying to show the normal bomb strat. I guess I'm getting really lucky with his rupees for some reason. There we go. I'm gonna just repeat the same strat. What you want to do is, after you commit to your hammer, you want to attack away from the Hammer Rock King. So I'm doing hammer, let me do this, hammer right here, and then just start doing autos away, and then during R4, turn around, and it's the most consistent way to do it. I'll do it one more time. Away. R4. There we go. Now, since Goma is here, let me see if I can find some special. So that way I can showcase the one cycle on her that other bosses use. I want to commit to Tangle's C4 3. I didn't get the property lead in here, but you should be able to get this there. Now, I'll go back really quick. I didn't dodge cancel the bow by accident. And one thing also to keep in mind is Tingle has very, very good dodges. May have needed to wait there for a second. Dodge cancel that properly out of there, damn it. And bow is over there, not to the other side of the inventory. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You have to get as many autos in as you can with Tingle. There we go. You want to delay it for Goma. For other giant bosses, I don't think you really need to delay it. Let me double check and see. Is I've got picture of me doing it on the imprisoned, or video of me doing it on the imprisoned in my Tingle No Damage video. I just realized I don't have special. Don't want Magic Jar troops. Give me Triforce Sport Transport troops. That's the strat. You know, strat for every general boss outside of 2 bosses covered earlier. Be it for the video now.